Hello guys and gals, and this is going to be a reaction video. I can't exactly call it a reaction video because I've seen this video 20 to 30 times, so I wanted to point out some of the hidden things that I've found. And I'm going to make the face cam disappear because I might be covering something up, so I'm going to just do that right now. If I can remember which window this is. Okay, wait a minute. There. That's better. I know you probably don't want to look at my face while I do this, but anyways. Also, I'm going to be pausing a lot for commentary. If you want to see the unedited video, you know, the one from Jaiden Animations herself, then make sure that you like and subscribe to her video as well, because she makes amazing videos. Anyways, yeah, I'm going to be pausing a lot. I know that annoys some people, but I've got lots of commentary here to do. I'll do that without the face cam, of course. And, so yeah. As always, support the original content creator. I mean, original content is a blessing on YouTube. And, you can't get any better than Jaiden Animations, Alpharad, and Pokemon Challenges. And, let's get this underway then. I know the sound levels are probably going to be off. I don't really have a nice sound setup here. But this is my reaction to... I attempted a 2-player Nuzzlocke, which is a Soullink. And I like that she said a 2-player Nuzzlocke, because there's several different types of 2-player Nuzlocks. I've heard that there's a wedlock, and there's a friend lock, there's a cage lock, and they're all, you know, 2-player Nuzlocks. So anyways, I don't know why I'm gesturing, you can't see what I'm doing anyways. But anyways, let's get this underway. And let me just find that window again. Here we go. Go full screen here. And let's go.
You know the drill at this point. Pokemon faints, it dies. Catch one Pokemon per route and nickname...
Spagublio, I believe was that name. Let me go back just a little bit. Sorry, I know I'm going to be doing this a lot. No, that's Soullink. Okay. Okay.
Faints, it dies. Catch one Pokemon
per
route.
Spagublio. Now, that is a ferret, of course, and a lot of people call them noodles because they're kind of long and noodly, kind of like spaghetti. So I get the whole Spagublio, but maybe that's a reference to another video that I haven't seen. I haven't seen all of Jaiden Animations videos, but I just know that they're all amazing. Now, let's, okay.
And nickname it to set up for emotional trauma.
Okay. This looks like, nobody ever comments on this, but it looks like, this, electrode, maybe that's a Voltorb. I don't know which it is. But, it looks like that Voltorb used Explosion and the ferret died. That is my take. If Jaiden ever actually watches this video, then maybe she can clarify, but, a lot of people don't really mention that.
But this time we're doing something a bit different. A 2-person Nuzzlocke. It's technically called a Soullink, but no one knows what that means. So basically you and person 2 play the same Pokemon game at the same time, following the same Nuzlocke rules. However, your Pokemon are linked, which means if my starter dies, player 2's starter also dies.
Okay.
And they can't do...
Okay, sorry. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Anyways, this is interesting. Okay. This brings to mind, this Cyndaquil here, brings to mind a mouse I saw in a mousetrap once. It had basically the thing in the mousetrap, you know, that kills the mouse, had hit it right in the back of the neck, and its eyes had bugged out like that. I didn't realize that was a thing, but that is what happens. Granted, that Cyndaquil wasn't in a mousetrap, but that's what happens. Their eyes bug out. It's really kind of weird. Kind of nightmare fuel inducing, actually. But anyways. Let's go.
Do anything about it. Plus, we can only have one primary typing for both of our teams combined. So if I catch a water type and add it to my team, person 2 can't have a water type at all on theirs. And Sherry...
Okay. Now, before we go on, that rule is one that not all Nuzlockers use. It basically, when the Soullink started, a lot of people use that, but not so much anymore. But it does add to the challenge. Now, this part that she's going to introduce now is going to add to the challenge also. I believe that it's a randomizer, so, let's see.
On top, all Pokemon are randomized. I can walk into the grass at any point and accidentally find God. and maybe he'll just kill all my animals right then and there. So with all these new rules in place, I needed to find a player too. One who's a real Pokemon master, able to adapt, improvise, and strategize all at the drop of a hat. And who else other than Pokemon Master himself? Jacob Alpharad.
I think that she did really well by choosing out Jacob Alpharad. They know each other really well, and Jacob Alpharad really knows his Pokemon. Plus, he's extra lucky in this Nuzzlocke, if I remember right. So, yeah. I've watched his first Nuzzlocke, and I guess there was another one because she says he has a 50-50 win ratio, so apparently there was one he lost. But let's see.
Who, at this point in time, has a 50-50 Nuzzlocke win ratio. Here's our Pokemon Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Soullink Nuzzlocke. We both go downstairs, barely greet our mom, and immediately beeline it to Professor Elm's lab to see what Pokemon he's got for us, because we don't know. They're random. In case you forgot what I just said.
I had forgotten. Thank you. Now, the way you can tell what the version they're playing is that the gold hat is from gold version and the silver hat is from silver, and they're wearing each other's clothes apparently. This is the female avatar's clothing, and then that's the male avatar's clothing that Jaiden is wearing. That's been pointed out before. But anyways, let's go.
We stroll up to him and he pats Jacob on the head and goes, "Here, choose from these three. I picked them specially for you. Torterra, Tentacruel, or Ludicolo." Alright, what do I get? Why not Mankey Area?
Okay. It looks like she gets Why Not Mankey and Ariados, and I think that she did best by picking Mankey. Had she picked something else, then the opponent would have had Wobbuffet, I believe it is. Or, yeah, I think. And they get Mirror Coat, which would be really difficult to deal with. With the fighting type like Mankey, you really can't go wrong. Ariados is a fully evolved Pokemon, but Bug isn't, in my opinion, isn't very effective here early in the game. But that's just me.
Ariados. Awesome. Jacob takes Torterra and I take Mankey, and we named them Franklin. On our way to...
Okay. Now, eventually later in the Nuzzlocke, they start naming their Pokemon a different way. They named it Franklin because of the turtle. The Franklin turtle. From, I don't remember what show that was from, but there was a turtle named Franklin. Excuse me. Anyways. Otherwise, it would have been, if they used the naming scheme later in the game, it would be Tortanky or Mantera. And Mantera sounds more like a name for a Mantike or Mantine, actually. One of the manta ray Pokemon. But anyways, let's continue. She looks kind of annoyed that Jacob gets to ride everywhere on Torterra, and she has to walk. But anyways, let's keep going.
To talk to Mr. Pokemon, Jacob runs into a Regirock in a random patch of grass, which just flat out explodes on him. No one died, luckily, but also, oh my god.
Okay. With that, had Jacob probably picked one of the other Pokemon, he probably would have died to that Regirock. Maybe not, but it's common knowledge that all the Regis basically no explosion at level 1. But maybe it was a low enough level that he could have survived even if he had another Pokemon, a different Pokemon, one that wasn't fully evolved. But I'm not really sure. I'm not sure exactly how to run the numbers on that one. Also, they never really mentioned this egg except for here. But anyways, let's keep going. You can see that Jacob is kind of beat up from that Regirock fight.
We get an egg, and immediately Professor Elm calls and tells us he's been robbed and bullied. You really couldn't handle being alone for 10 minutes, could you? On our way back to help a grown adult, we stumble onto a shady figure who scoffs, challenges us to a battle with Pokemon he stole from Elm, which we immediately win, scoffs again, then drops his wallet, passport, credit card, driver's license, social security, Target gift card on the ground in front of...
Yeah, that's always... Everybody points out the Target gift card, but in the original game, I haven't played the Soul Silver or the Heart Gold games, but I have played the Gold and Silver versions. They were the second generation I ever played, because I started playing Pokemon during Gen 1 and had Red, Blue, and Yellow. During that game, he drops his trainer card or something. It's kind of murky. This basically is more of a better continuity, I think, than what is originally in the game.
Of us, for the world to see. Dude, get your crap together. You can't be doing that when you're a wanted fugitive. Back in the lab, Elm is crying on the floor as the police and our neighbor are trying to comfort him, and the police asks us if we saw anyone suspicious. Yes, we saw his info. Now here we get to name...
That's cool, because they say, who dat? But anyways, I do like that, because now they get to choose a name for their arrival, and it's kind of cool how they choose it. Let's watch.
Our rival. Jacob and I try to think of someone that we both shared some sort of rivalry with. When we remembered a certain professional Pokemon Nuzlocker has been consistently reacting and critiquing our Nuzlocke so far, some of his comments were more critical than others, and directed at one of us more than the other. Mr. Policeman, his name is Jan.
Technically, it's pronounced Jan, but because it is a German name. Actually, I think that Jan gets a lot of bad rep. A lot of people see him as being kind of mean and stuff, but on the other hand, I don't really see it that way. I see him kind of as like the Gordon Ramsay of, Pokemon Challenges is to Pokemon what Gordon Ramsay is to cooking. And I think that if I hear properly, he puts on, kind of a, the mean front in the English stuff, as in the American shows. Actually, he's a really nice guy. The thing with Jan is that he knows his Pokemon really, really well. He does all the Nuzlocks, and he's just really, really blunt. And some people can take that to be mean, which I don't think that he has any malicious intent when he does his Pokemon, when he does his reactions. I actually think that he's a really nice guy. He just is a little bit misunderstood and comes off as being a little bit mean. He was actually really a good sport. I have seen the reaction video he did to this video, and he was actually flattered and touched that Jaiden added him to the video. Let's continue.
Hi, Jan. Let's see if you can destroy us from the inside out. Anyway, our neighbor takes us out to some grass to show us how to catch a Pokemon, runs into Articuno, catches it in a Pokeball in the green, and turns to us and goes, see? Just like that.
Yep. Just like that.
They give us some Pokeballs and we can finally start our journey. We both run around in the grass and our first encounters are Barboach and Houndoom.
Okay. Barboach and Houndoom. Now, had they been able to catch this, I know they don't, because they only have Pokeballs and Houndoom won't get in the ball because it's just Pokeballs. They don't have, Great Balls yet. So, anyways, and Houndoom is really hard to catch anyways. But anyways, had they caught these, the name they would probably use is either Bardoom or Houndoach. I don't know. That's just my theory. But anyways, let's continue. I'm kind of a linguist, so I like thinking of the names that they would think of.
This would have been awesome for Jacob. If he could catch the dang thing. Since we only had Pokeballs, Houndoom was not getting in the ball no matter what, and we ended up not getting that pair. But it's alright, there's plenty more encounters, like Hoppip Farfetch'd.
Okay, Hoppip Farfetch'd. Hopfetch'd, maybe, or Farpip. I don't know. Anyway, Jacob's gonna kill this one anyways. But, that's okay. It's really kind of hard. He has Torterra, so all of his attacks are doing a lot of damage, so I can't really blame him for knocking these things out.
That Jacob accidentally kills. Or Geodude Gyarados.
Okay, with Geodude Gyarados, that would be Geodos, maybe? Or Gyaradude. Gyaradude sounds like something from Naruto or something. I don't know. Anyways, they don't end up catching this one either, so it doesn't really matter.
That Jacob accidentally kills. Or Tyrogue Charizard.
Now this is interesting. See, later in the video, Tyrogue knocks out Jaiden's Charizard with counter. So I think it's interesting that she put this battle in here, this encounter. As for a name, Tyizard or Chartop or something like that. Charmontop, maybe. I don't know. Either way, there's also something really interesting here. That's basically in every single Jaiden animation. I'll point it out.
Jacob accidentally.
That. Okay. I know that in the first Nuzzlocke, that was Ruby, by the way, her first Nuzzlocke. When she first encountered Ari, the swallow, she drew a certain anatomical feature, the X anus thing, when she first caught Ari. Well, this Charizard is kind of thick here and has a butt crack. And apparently its tail disappeared. I don't know. Because that's the leg, and then the tail just vanished. It looks like Torterra is stepping on its wing or something. Oh, that looks painful, actually. But it's always neat to see the little hidden things in Jaiden animations. I admire her artwork.
Kills. Hey, why do I get this? And Jacob gets all this? And why do you keep killing him, Jacob? But finally, in the ruins of Alph, we managed to catch a new pair. Sandslash, Camerupt. Not bad.
Okay. Sandslash is one of my favorite Pokemon. And I also like Camerupt, too. They're going to name him Michael, and they're going to misspell it, because Michael is, a very difficult name to spell right. You can just ask him in JTV, because everyone always misspells his name. And he's commented on that several times. Anyways... Sand Erupt maybe, or Camel Slash would be if they were using a different naming scheme. Just saying. This is a good team though. They're both ground types. That's fire ground, and that's either pure ground or rock ground. I don't remember which. But anyways, I really like the way she draws Sand Slash. Wish I could draw like that. But anyways, let's go.
At all. We try to name them Michael, but both misspell it, so welcome to the team, Michels. Then on Route 32, we catch Totodile Beedrill, which is also...
Okay, they end up naming it Bedrodo, but it could be... that's actually better than anything phonetically that I could come up with. Let's see. It would be... Beodile, maybe, or... Totodrill. If you did it, this is more of the way that Pokemon come up with the species names, I believe, which is really, really cool.
So pretty good, mainly for just me. We started combining the two Pokemon to create their names, so we ended up somehow with Bedrodo. We ran into a trainer who had a frickin' Palkia on his team. Fun fact,
Okay. This next part is, Jaiden has a lot of power over even Google itself, because she brought this little bug to light, and Google fixed it. So now if you were to Google Palkia type weakness, it would say Dragon and not Palkia. But I think Onix is probably still a type. I don't think they fixed that one yet, but it used to be that Pokemon species names were types for some strange reason. But... this got fixed, but it was still really neat when it was actually in effect.
Do you know, if you Google Palkia type weakness, Google will tell you that he's weak to Fairy and Salamence? No other dragons, just Salamence. So Jacob and I started joking around every time we saw a Palkia. Oh no, if only I had a Salamence! Uh-oh, don't have a Salamence over here. It was kind of strange how many Palkias we ran into, but that...
Okay, I'm going to point out here that... I don't know exactly how randomizers work, but my guess is that Palkia replaced some kind of common Pokemon, is why there were so many. And I'm not sure if that's right or not. Someone can probably correct me in the comments. Every time they encountered a Palkia, it was like a Rattata or something, is my guess. The same, every time you would run into a Beedrill, then it was originally meant to be something else. I think that's how it works, but I'm not sure. By the way, I do love this next scene because the Beedrill dressed up as Salamence is way cool.
That didn't stop us from bullying
I love that, by the way. That's just adorable.
Every single one. So we take on Faulkner, the first gym leader, who has Kyogre Bronzor and Metagross Dragonair. Oh my god. After a lot of difficulty, we both managed to beat him with no casualties. I don't know how that happened, but hey, everyone's alright. Oh, he's gonna take himself out.
Ooh.
Oh my god! How about some encounters to lighten the mood? Oh, hello, Shuckle Suicune.
This encounter is interesting because I'm going to show you a scene later on where Suicune makes another appearance. It's one that nobody ever talks about. I have seen it in the comments of other people's commentaries, so I checked it out, and I always noticed something when I saw a certain scene. But Suicune is going to make another appearance. Well, dead, but he'll make another appearance, or she, or it. Anyways, this name, Shakun maybe, or Sweekle, or something. I don't know. Anyways, Jacob's gonna kill it anyways. And besides, catching a legendary with just Pokeballs or even Great Balls, I don't think it's really possible, even if it is a low-level legendary. So, it's no surprise that it, gets killed.
That Jacob accidentally kills. In Azalea Town, we challenge Bugsy, who luckily wasn't as stacked as Falkner, and as we step outside, Jan, who is surprised we haven't been demolished yet,
Jan.
I'm surprised too, challenges us to a battle, which we also win. We run into Mawile Deoxys in the...
Okay, Mawile Deoxys. Oh, well, I don't know if they could actually have used this pair anyways, because isn't Deoxys a primary steel type, and Mawile a primary steel type, so I'm not sure that they could actually have used these anyways. Later on, they will catch on two separate occasions, catch two normal type Pokemon that they can't use anyways. So, I don't know. But as for names, Diawile or, let's see, Mawaxis, maybe? I don't know. That's just the linguistic names I'm coming up with for these.
Forest who someone accidentally kills, and make our way to Goldenrod, where there's a security guard that'll give us both a Pokemon. He hands me a Porygon 2, which I'm ecstatic about, turns to Jacob, and gives him Regigigas.
Oh boy.
Which we can't use because they're both normal types of...
Exactly. Anyways, Porygigas or, Regigon is the names that I'd probably come up with for them, but I don't know. Again, they weren't able to use this anyways because they were both normal types.
All the legends you had to get, of course you get the only normal type besides actual God. We beat Whitney and in the national park find Piplup Flaffy, which we named Plap. I pitched to Jacob that I'm willing to trade the Bedrotos to make room for this new pair, so he essentially switches Beedrill with Flaffy, which we shake on. Welcome to the team, Plaps.
Ooh, Drachi.
And then my Plap immediately almost gets killed.
Wow, down to 3 hit points.
I'll fix it. Sorry, my bad. We find Dragonair Shuppet, which is
Okay. She'll end up killing the Dragonair anyways. This would be, Dragonite, let's see. Dragonite, Shuppet, or Shuronite? I don't know. Anyway, that's what would really be cool, but again, it's really hard to catch. That is a pseudo-legendary, I believe, or would be considered a pseudo-legendary. So, I think that Dragonair is would be Shuppinair, actually, if it was Shuppet first. So I think that's a pseudo-legendary, so I'm not surprised they weren't able to catch it.
Insane pair we could use right away. But, yeah, I ended up killing that one. Look, I'm sorry, Jacob. It is harder than it looks to catch these things. We pour water on the strange trees on Route 36 that actually turn out to be Cradily Silcoon. We caught a
Yeah, that's good. They ended up naming it Dilly-Doo, which is better than anything that I could ever come up with. And basically, Cradily is very, very good. And later on, it becomes apparent and abundantly true. A lot of people don't think that Cradily is very good, but Cradily actually is a very good Pokemon. And Beautifly, to a certain extent, is too. But the better of the two is definitely Cradily. A lot of people don't really like Cradily, but Cradily is actually really good.
Named them Dilly-Doo and could have added them to the team as death fodder, but we ended up forgetting to.
Slowpoke Tail. That was a Slowpoke Tail, I believe.
Just, yeah, a pretty silly mistake, but what's the worst that could happen? Who needs death?
Okay, I'm thinking that this is inside the PC. For one thing, the sun is a Pokeball. You have a Gardevoir and a Lopunny, and I'm assuming that she's dressed up like the Poke Kid from Sword and Shield. So yeah. I'm thinking this is inside the PC. I don't know what Jaiden's doing inside the PC, but okay, that's my take on it anyways, for several reasons.
Fodder in a Nuzzlocke. Jacob and I make it to Ekritik and walk into the burned tower. As we are about to go down there, Jan runs up and is like, "You're only trying to catch Suicune to make yourselves look stronger than you actually are." And we're like, "No, we killed him a while ago." But he still wanted to battle, probably to show off the Mew he somehow found. We beat him yet again.
Okay. As you saw, Camerupt kicked Mew. I didn't pause it right at the time, but kicked Mew right back at Yan and beat him.
And go downstairs, scare off the dog.
Let me just go back just a little bit. Okay.
Scare off the dog.
Okay. I didn't quite... there we can see part of Suicune. I want to go back, though. Let's see. Okay.
Scare off the dog.
Okay. I can't quite get the right frame here. No, okay, that's ahead. There. Nope. Okay. Oh. There. We need one more frame. And I don't know if I can get the oh, I saw it. Okay.
We beat him yet.
Okay, that time we got...
Again, go downstairs, scare off the dogs, and challenge Morty. Jacob didn't have any trouble for the team Morty had for him. Okay. But for me, I was having a bit of a harder time because...
Anyways, back there, Suicune was draped over... a dead Suicune was draped over Entei's back. And it's kind of interesting because she ends up catching Entei later in the run, and Jacob ends up catching a Suicune. Anyways, and she's encountering a Lugia here.
He had a Lugia, which neither me nor my team could even handle. All I could do was bubble beam it with...
Now, a common misconception is that Lugia is a water type. It isn't. It lives under the sea, but it is actually a psychic flying type. So, bubble beam is actually a good choice here. And it makes sense. Also, that looks like the chicken from Moana, actually, with the big bulging eyes named... I think that his name was Hey Hey, I believe. But I do like that. So it's not really surprising that she won this. Plus, Lugia is probably a low level. But again, people just assume that Lugia is a water type, but it actually isn't. I think it should be, since it lives underwater, and its Pokedex entry says that it causes storms or something. I don't know. Anyways.
Clap and pray I don't get crit one-shot as Jacob just sits there watching. But it ended up working out. We arrive in Olivine and climb the giant lighthouse, almost falling to our literal death along the way. Reach Jasmine at the top, who's like, "Climb back down and go get medicine for Amphi and Cianwood." And we were like, we almost died getting here. Surfing...
I remember that part in my gold and silver playthrough. It was always kind of annoying. But, yeah, what can you do?
To Cianwood, we encountered Abomasnow Pupitar, and I know what you're thinking. Yeah, we did catch them. Abomasnow joined the team immediately, and suddenly we've got a pretty powerful lineup going on.
I agree.
Also, a random guy in town gifted us a Mewtwo and Weepinbell. Finally, I'm the one with the legend now. But we had to box him because we couldn't have two grass types.
A lot of people say, or mistakenly think that it was because of one of the other Pokemon that's a grass type, but it's actually the starter, and they didn't want to box their starters, and I can't blame them. Yeah, Torterra primary typing is grass, so they couldn't have another grass type on the team, and that would mean that Jacob would have Weepinbell and would have to box Franklin. So, but he comes in handy later.
All of this sudden shared luck combined with our zero-death win streak got us feeling pretty confident, which naturally means it's time to get kicked in the throat, specifically by a black belt martial artist. Gym leader Chuck was indescribably tough in the most bullcrap way possible. For me, Jacob had no trouble at all because he's Jacob. He had a Kingdra, which I brought Obamatar out for. Nothing else on my team could really do anything against it. The main drawback of this is Obamatar's Snow Warning ability, which creates hail, damaging every Pokemon, including my own, that's not an ice type, which is pretty inconvenient in a Nuzlocke.
Definitely.
I even made a teeny tiny comment about it when I first got him. I'm gonna call it, Snow's gonna kill one of my Pokemon. Kingdra goes down, and Chuck's only other Pokemon, he's only got 2, is Frostlass.
Frostlass has Snow Cloak. They didn't randomize the abilities, so that's Snow Cloak. And, yeah, that's not good. Plus, Frostlass has the ability to Omni Boost, I believe, via Omnis Wind. And, Jaiden had difficulty with Frostlass in her, I would say, Platinum run-through with Candace, if I'm not mistaken. Basically for the same reason, because of the Omni Boost and the Snow Cloak.
Who, if you don't know, has Snow Cloak. Snow Cloak makes the Pokemon 20% harder to hit if there's hail. You want to know how many Pokemon in Gen 4 have this ability? 5. 3 of which being Mamoswine. You want to know how many Pokemon there are in Heart Gold, Soul Silver?
930.
493. Now, I know these odds sound pretty awful already, but you know what this Frostlass does?
Omnis Wind.
She uses Ominous Wind. Ominous Wind has a 10% chance to boost every single stat of the user.
10% chance, in other words, translates to, basically if the AI uses it, then it's going to happen almost every single time. So for the AI, it's more like 20 or 30% chance. And it's bad either way.
She gets the stat boost twice in a row. After a lot of strategizing, we both decided the best option for us would be to send in Michael as death fodder to heal up Plap, because he's the only one that can really do anything at this point. And what happens? Please don't get another stat boost.
Yeah. Crit one shot.
He's so good.
No. Oh my, Frostlass crit one shots Michaelis.
Okay. Also, I liked how Frostlass was filing her nails with one of Michael's spines. Depending on the interpretation, they can either shoot the spines out or something like that. I don't know. Anyways, Michael is dead, and that's kind of sad, actually. But there is an anime reference coming up, which is kind of cool.
As soon as he comes out, our first deaths. Poor Camerupt, he was so proud for making it out of Chuck's gym and then just falls over dead for no reason.
Death Note. I have never actually seen Death Note, but I do know what it's about. Death Note basically entails a person has a book, and if he writes a person's name in it, then they die. Plain and simple, that's what it is. But anyways, let's continue.
I got Plap healed up and basically started heal stalling, which, sure, isn't a noble strategy.
Well,
but, come on. After literally...
If you do allow items, which she obviously did, then it's best to basically use the items to your full potential. Items are actually really, really broken in Pokemon games in general. But, so there's really no problem with this, since they allowed for it to happen. I mean, allowed for items, then they might as well use them to keep from losing anybody else.
Really struggling against my own bad luck for what felt...
That's cute how, Jacob is asleep on Torterra and just waiting for this endless fight to get over with. And Jaiden is double-handed, using the potions to heal Plap.
Like hours. Finally, Frostlass goes down. Finally. Holy shit. Jacob practically drags me out of the gym and we
the missing no, as a censor for the obscene gesture there. But, I'd be upset too. I mean, it was kind of a bogus thing to happen. Especially with the chance of that actually happening being so low. And Chuck's just like, hey! And she's like, oh yeah, you get the finger, buddy. But, anyways. Yeah, let's keep going. That's adorable, though.
Head to the BC. We decided to...
Oh, another thing is that, the typing for, missing no is the bird type Pokemon or something. Not flying, but bird, which kind of fits with that as well. Because she's flipping him the bird.
At a pair we caught back on Route 35, which was Charmeleon Donphan named Darfell. A fantastic duo. I was admittedly And I think justifiably still really salty about what we just went through, but Jacob convinced me that we should just move on. We got our Darfels leveled up and returned to Olivine to feed Amphi the medicine that we...
Yep. Yep, they're really cramming that medicine in there, aren't they? Make sure you swallow it, Amphi.
Picked up so Jasmine would finally do her job. And check this out.
Another Lugia.
Oh my god.
Look at R2's screens real quick.
Nah, it's alright. She also had a Deoxys.
Okay, the thing with Deoxys is, unless it is a defense form Deoxys, I don't think they're very tough. They are legendary, but they're kind of fragile unless they are in defense form or something. So Deoxys really isn't a deal breaker, and she already has experience with beating Lugia with Plap anyways, because Lugia is, as I said, a psychic flying type and isn't a water type, so it should take normal damage from water moves like Bubble Beam, and by now she probably has better moves on Plap than she did before. So, yeah.
We headed to Mahogany Town, catching and adding Nidoran and Barrel named Barrel to the team, and in the Lake of Rage, Jacob caught a Kyogre paired with my Swalot. We never...
Swalogre, maybe? Or, Quilot or something. I don't know. Anyways, that is kind of insane how Jacob is catching all of these, legendaries now, probably because he has access to better balls.
Never used this pair, but I just wanted to mention it for reasons. We approached the glistening shadow of the lake beast.
Okay, now in this page, I have seen, some of the reactions where people were like, well, how did she get a shiny? They fail to remember that it's a shiny Gyarados that is randomized here. So they each get a guaranteed shiny from this. This would have been the red Gyarados, aka the Lake Guardian. But let's see what the shinies are.
Activate the encounter and find a shiny Banerian Donphan. Not, the best.
Some people would say that the Donphan would be a dupe's claws, but what some people do in Nuzlocke is a shiny clause that if you do find a Pokemon that you already have but shiny, then it's allowed. In this case, it doesn't matter because Jaiden accidentally kills the shiny, so still. Some people say, or some of the people I've actually seen react to this video say, well, how can they have two Donphans? But they might have a shiny clause where if the Pokemon is shiny, then it's allowed. That is a common Nuzlocking rule.
But hey, free shiny Pokemon. Doesn't hurt to Oop, I killed it. That's, again, my bad. Sorry. Lance walks up to us and goes, hi, I'm Lance. Grabs his...
Okay, this part is kind of epic. I remember this from my playthrough of Gold and Silver, and I still remember it because it's kind of iconic.
By the wrist, kicks down the door to the Mahogany Town 7-Eleven, kills one of the guys in there, and runs...
Now, technically, I believe that the Dragonite used Hyper Beam. There it's using, like, Flamethrower or something, but it's the same story. Basically, someone does die, actually. And I think that they're a Team Rocket grunt, so it's like they're a criminal anyways, but still. It's kind of shocking for a Pokemon game to, have somebody kill someone outright. But anyways.
Runs into the Rocket hideout where he continues to wipe out any living organism he finds down.
Okay, I'm going to try and pause this just right. Okay, right here. That is basically the guy's like, oh no, my friend just got turned into ashes. Right there. That's really a nice touch. Because there's the clipboard that he was holding, and that just basically became a dark spot on the floor because he got hyperbeamed or whatever.
Classic Lance. We decided to copy him and beat him all.
Wait a minute. I don't know who this guy is, but I don't think that he is a Team Rocket admin. If anybody knows, maybe they can tell me. I've never been able to figure out who this guy is, but this other guy isn't a Team Rocket grunt at all. And let me explain.
All the executives.
Him. This guy is Usain, who is a Pokemon researcher. He's like obsessed with Suicune or something. He isn't really affiliated with Team Rocket at all, which is nice little Easter egg actually. But this is definitely Usain, the Pokemon researcher. Excuse me, but yeah, I do know that's Usain, but I don't know who the other guy is. I don't think that he is a Team Rocket admin though. Just saying. This is the guy who is obsessed with Suicune. and he researches legendary Pokemon or something.
Was in their power generator. Right before we fly to Goldenrod, we pick up the 7th badge and then continue curb stomping Team Rocket. We were getting a bit too comfy though, and as Jacob wasn't paying attention, mainly because he just got a chicken sandwich, Obamatar was killed by a Golem's earthquake.
Okay, now with this, Pupitar used Dig, and Earthquake does double damage to enemies that are underground. Just like, I think that Surf does double damage to enemies that dive. I'm not sure. Something like that. But it's one of those clauses. It's easy to forget sometimes that Golem has Earthquake, and he was distracted by a chicken sandwich, of course. But, yeah, there's that.
Oh, no. That was a really bad blow and stuff.
Okay. And so I like how they just put him back in the hole. That's just kind of well, at least they didn't have to dig a grave for him. But it's still kind of sad that they lost a Pokemon to that because they weren't paying attention. But that's what happens. It's really easy to do.
Much more because we weren't paying attention.
And yeah, this is why a lot of people actually lose their Nuzlocke is because they get distracted, either by food or, basically because they get tired or basically because they have the game on speed up or whatever. It's really, really easy and happens to probably everybody at least once. So, yeah, it's not surprising.
But we did have to move on, especially since we were literally in the middle of a gang fight. We shoved our way to Rocket Executive and Big Boss Archer and give him a bit of a throat chop so he would calm down and stop doing whatever it is he was doing. And everyone is saved. On our way to Blackthorn, we catch Frostlass Corefish, which...
Frostfish or Corslass or something. I don't know. Anyways, this is really interesting. They do catch this pair, but they never use it. I think Jaiden is still really salty towards Frostlass for killing Michaels. They're the Michaels. And so yeah.
Which put me into a vengeful trauma spiral. You. And then Jacob caught him.
This is beautiful right here. Let's see. I'm looking for the right button here. Got it. Okay. Now, this is really, really cute. I like how he caught two of them, and the Suicune is dancing. It's just amazing.
Himself both a Suicune and an Azelf. We arrived and took on Claire, who led with a Mewtwo against me, which at this point I shouldn't even be surprised. But all the rest of our team was pretty much a pushover for both of us. Mm-hmm. Claire's a bad sport and refused to think we were good trainers, so we talked...
I remember this part, too. You always had to go behind the gym and talk to the old man, and, answer the questionnaire.
To the old man behind the gym, and he's like, so do you beat your Pokemon? And we're like, no. And he's like, awesome. Claire, give him the stupid badge. What? So now we can head to the Elite Foot.
I think that is a Persona 5 reference. It's not a game I've ever played, but it's what some people have observed. I believe that is a reference to Persona 5.
Hey guys, I think you should go fight a horde of Asian women in Ecruteak.
The Kimono Girls. Yeah, I remember that. They each have an evolution. And it gets a little bit difficult because I think there's like 7 of them in one of the generations, because they added Glaceon and Leafeon, I believe, and maybe even Sylveon. But, anyways.
So we enter the Ecruteak Theater and start fighting the women, and the second girl for me sends out Ambipom. As I switched to Franklin, it screeched, which I didn't pay attention to, and...
Yeah. This, again, is a case of not paying attention, and that's really easy to do, especially when you're tired, and, yeah. Basically, Primeape is kind of fragile, doesn't have very many hit points, and a double hit is kind of dangerous, especially with Screech, because that harshly lowers defense.
Ambipom double hit killed Franklin. Our starters died. Dude, that was really sad.
And that is also really tragic, because usually you level up your stars more than any of the others, and you basically expect your stars to be with you, until the end. And so it really is a big loss. They can now get different Pokemon, of course, but it's still really sad to lose Pokemon that you're attached to.
We were about to make it to the Elite Four with them, and bam. Not alive anymore. They were with us through everything. Pretty much the backbone to our teams. Man.
What's interesting is that, well, now the tree is dead, and that's probably what really happens if a Torterra dies. The tree on its back dies too.
And Jan's gonna make so much fun of us when he finds out, as we're still...
Okay. And actually, I watched the reaction that Yan did to this video, and he actually didn't make fun of them for that. He actually sympathized with them. And, because it was basically really easy to be distracted.
Morning, the last kimono girl rest spams with Wailord. Do you have any dignity, woman? We're lamenting over here. We try to leave and the girls are all, no, go catch the legendary Pokemon. He's already got 3, so I head to Whirl Islands and Jacob scales the bell tower, and what legends do we find? The legendary Zangoose and Loudred.
They aren't exactly legendaries because they didn't randomize it for that. Sometimes you can set the Universal Pokemon Randomizer to randomize the stationary legendaries to be other legendaries, but in this case, they are just different Pokemon. And they can't use these anyways because they're both normal types, just like the whole Regigigas and Porygon 2 thing. So, yeah, kind of a waste of time.
Finally, we have some freedom again, and as soon as we touch the water in Newbark to head to Victory Road, what pops up from the bottom of the lake but Entei himself? And Doduo. Oh my god!
Master Ball.
Hello, Dode.
That's going in the box because...
That's going in the box because
of
fire types.
types.
We catch Cascoon Regirock in Victory Road, and heading towards the exit, Jen sprints up from behind us, and I iconically say, "This is your last chance to kill one of our Pokemon, Jan." And what happens?
Okay. With this, she's using Fly, and I think she just got a low roll on this. Bad luck, actually. Because Fly should have knocked out Hitmontop. Let's see. 8 levels ahead. So I think she just got a low roll, and so it was unlucky. There's really nothing that she could do. Of course, pro Nuzlocker. I have never done actually a Nuzlocke, but pro Nuzlockers will say, well, you have to know that Hitmontop could have counter. But I think that she fully intended to wipe out Hitmontop with that Fly, but she hit a low roll. So it really wasn't her fault. Could have happened to anyone. But anyways, yeah, it uses counter.
Oh my god.
And counter does 1.5.
No.
What happened? Oh. That's not great.
Oh, he killed one of our Pokemon. Yeah, that sucks.
Counter, I think, is 1.5 times damage added on for any physical attack, and Fly just happened to be a physical attack. And again, it was her bad luck. It wasn't really anything that she could have done.
That really sucks. Darfell was an incredible pair we've had since the 5th gym, and we really grew to lean on. We lost quite literally half our team right before the Elite Four. We beat Jan for the last time, enter the Indigo Plateau, and immediately bolt to the PC to see what kind of damage control we can do. After a very...
Looks like she does. They do have a Raikou also. Raikou, a Mewtwo, and Shuckle. So, yeah. That's interesting. I didn't realize that she had... they actually, between all of them, have all 3 of the legendary beasts then. The Raikou, Entei, and Suicune. But anyways. And yes, Shuckle is overpowered. Shuckle is an amazing Pokemon.
Very long time of trying to stitch together the best teams possible. We ended up with this. Ampharos and
Polion. I do like that. That's good.
Polion. Bibarel Nidoqueen.
Yeah, that's good as well.
Beautifly Cradily.
Yes. Dodrio.
Entei. And Victory Bell Mewtwo.
Yep.
I know. Wow, Jaiden. Super balanced. You've got Mewtwo and Entei, and Jacob has a Beautifly. Look.
Actually, she doesn't really need to explain herself because Jacob is basically able to beat... I think that Jacob is probably actually... No offense to Jaiden, but I think that Jacob is actually probably the superior Pokemon. Well, no, actually, he's had better luck than Jaiden. And Jaiden could actually use this boost of the legendaries. basically, it's like she said, Alpharad can basically adapt to any situation, and I think that he has a pretty good team there. And I think that he's just fine. I mean, he's able to basically win without anything just because he's really, really lucky, especially during this Nuzzlocke.
This is the best we could do, I promise. Tell him, Jacob, tell him. Anyway, big deep breath. Here we go into the unknown depths of the Elite Four. Will, Kota, and Bruno were all no problem at all. We breezed right past them.
That was a bullet bill from Super Mario. Maybe it is a reference to her Mario Kaizo run. Impossible Mario Kaizo, where she ran a Super Ryu World with help from Ryukar. Really a nice reference. I like how she puts all these different references.
Everything was going great.
This is fine. Then. Yeah, he's... Oh!
Okay, they got one critical hit. I don't think they can get 2 critical hits in a row. So I'm pretty sure that he was okay anyways.
Oh my god.
9, wow.
I win these.
On the other hand, Karen was not as nice.
No,
That could also play into the meme. Because, there's the whole Karen meme, I want to talk to the manager. But also the fact that Karen is a dark trainer. This is really interesting. I'm not sure that I would have stayed in with Dodrio, or Dotrio, or that Pokemon. Basically, it is a normal type, and it's against a fighting type, so it has that weakness added to what is also a flying type. But it gets hit with Cross Chop here, which is known to crit.
I just mean, what if he does any charge move?
Oh.
Okay, he just did cross chop. He's dead. It's fine. I was safe to fly him. I'm just paranoid. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
That's a critical hit.
Oh no. Guys, we're so sorry we got you killed in the first, 15 minutes of having you. We ended up getting out of the battle with no more casualties, but facing Lance with a team of 4 each is really not ideal, to say the least. But we walked up to him nonetheless. Whether we win or lose here, this is our last battle. He leads with Fiona and Ledian, which we were both like, ha ha ha, Lance, is this all you've got? And then he hits us with the no. Jacob was up against his Porygon Z,
Okay.
Rampardos,
Okay.
Licky Licky,
Okay.
Zapdos,
Okay.
and Plusle. And even though
Actually, the scariest one there is probably the Plusle. But also Licky Licky is probably kind of tanky. Zapdos, if you have any rocks at all, you can basically beat up Zapdos pretty easily. And overall, Jacob is a really good Pokemon player, so I don't think he's going to have any trouble at all with this one.
though it's a pretty stacked team, he was holding his own and getting through them
Yep.
really well.
Mhm.
On my end, I was dealing with a Giga-impacting Snorlax, which I really had nothing for. I just had to pray for no crit.
I think that was a Dragon Ball Z reference right there. I'm not sure. But I like it. Anyways.
It's and as many misses as possible. It goes down eventually, and what does he send out next?
Palkia.
Palkia. Oh, I could really use a Salamence right about now. This is what we get. We bullied Palkia so much during our journey here. Looking at my team, I don't have anything that can handle Palkia either. Except for Mewtwo. And what happens? He gets Spatial Rend crit one-shot turn 1.
Oh, wow.
I am in a lot of trouble. I took so much time getting past Snorlax that Jacob was already done with his battles.
Okay. This is good because now, if the Pokemon die, it isn't really as important as before because she'll be the only one that's losing Pokemon because Jacob's already won. So, if need be, they could death fodder some of them. I know you get attached to them, but sometimes it's necessary.
So all he could do was watch this massacre from the sidelines. I sent out Dilly-Doo to confuse stall him and just try to chip away at him with basically nothing. And my god was I lucky, because if Palkia hit one more crit at any point, Dilly-Doo and the run was over. And I was forced to dance on that line for a long time. But eventually, Dilly-Doo lands the finishing blow. I was so proud. The pair that we caught so early on and deemed as death fodder was the one...
That's true. Craydilly is actually a really good Pokemon. A lot of people don't really realize it, but it really is a good Pokemon. That's for sure. Yeah.
Saving us. We're so sorry for doubting you, Dilly-Doo. Thank you for sticking by us. And not dying. But that was only half of Lance's team, might I remind you. Plap took out his Sand Slash, which stunk. But Bastiodon came out, tanked Plap's Surf, and killed him with Metal Burst.
Okay. Now, Metal Burst, if I remember right, is like Counter, except it affects both physical and special moves. Counter, I think, only affects physical moves. This affects both. Again, it does a super amount of damage. And it's also like Mirror Coat. So, yeah. Really, really stinks that happened. I really would not have thought that Bastiodon would have Metal Burst. But, yeah, that's just terrible. That couldn't have been predicted.
I was in shock with that one. That was our second oldest pair. Ever since our Franklins died, Jacob and I both started seeing the Plaps as our star members. Beryl came out and revenge finished the Bastiodon.
Broke his face. That's kind of like in, it was one of them. I think it was the Ruby one, where the Turtwig cut off Rampardos's head. So it is kind of a violent way to go, but wow, yeah.
Then Lance's last Pokemon was big ol' hard-hitting, tanky frickin' Azumarill. I sent Dilly-Doo back out because Beryl would die immediately.
Before that was a JoJo reference, of course. But anyways, the problem with Azumarill is, well, it's a water type. It can set up the rain, and it can set up Aqua Ring, which heals every round. And yeah, let's go.
And started the chipping game.
Okay, this is, a lot of people wonder what this is from. This is actually Enel from One Piece, otherwise known as Iniru, I believe, in the English version. Iniru was basically had godlike powers because of a devil fruit that he ate that gave him the power to manipulate electricity and lightning. But since Luffy ate the gum fruit, it turned him into rubber, so he was immune to Iniru's attacks. And then that face is like really in like every meme everywhere.
Again. If that wasn't bad enough, Azumarill set up the rain and an Aqua Ring for itself, which turned this fight from, to, this awful one-on-one lasted 10 whole minutes.
Yep.
I slap him, he slaps back, much harder,
yeah.
and then heals, and then I heal, but eventually, Dilly-Doo wins the stalling battle, and Azumarill goes down. In an unpredictable turn of events, Dilly-Doo saved us from utter defeat. What an adventure we just went on. Insane encounters, insane bullcrap, friends, death, bullying, and the Dilly-Doos. Thanks for going on this journey with me, Jacob.
That was a Predator reference. The Arnold Schwarzenegger one, the first one. First Predator reference. I believe. Feel free to correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. But that is from the first Predator movie, I believe.
I quite literally couldn't have done it without you. And a salute to the buddies we made along the way.
Okay, let's see. Yeah, they have all of them here, looks like. We have the Michaels. But in the back, we have Victory Bell and Mewtwo. And then the Charizard and, yeah, Darfell. Yeah. Yep, that is all of them. That's pretty cool.
Except you.
Yep, Frostlass. She really doesn't like Frostlass, does she? I really like how she does the credits and how they are in the style of, actual Pokemon credits. We're going to let the credits play, of course. I'm going to talk through them because there isn't any other talking anyways, but, she has quite a team going, too. That's awesome that she has such an amazing animation studio. A lot of vision there. A lot of, Okay. Alpharad for being player 2. And Pokemon Challenges for being a good sport. Haha. And Jan really was a good sport. And again, I think that he gets a lot of hate because he's seen as being, as being kind of cruel or something, but no, I really think the Pokemon Challenges knows his stuff, and he's just kind of blunt. I had a real life friend, you know, that was kind of blunt sometimes, and it was easy to really take offense to that because he was so blunt. But some people just are, and they come off as being maybe mean when they really have good intentions. And I think that's the case with Pokemon Challenges. Okay, thank you to my team. You've given me the space to stay inspired and keep making content I genuinely enjoy making. I owe you all so much. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for everything you guys do for me and the videos. Thank you for supporting our videos. I'm so grateful to be in the spot I am and to be able to do any of this in the first place. Thank you so much for watching. This concludes our animated Nuzzlocke series. And there is the icon of Teriyaki, actually, from the Ruby Nuzzlocke. The Blaziken. The End by Jaiden Animations. And that is going to do it for this video. I love Jaiden Animations videos. I have seen all of her Pokemon ones anyways, and some of the ones that really caught my fancy. The truth is, I was just basically jumping on the whole bandwagon here of, you know, YouTubers reacting to Jaiden's videos, just so I could maybe get some extra subscribers and some more views for my channel. I really appreciate Jaiden Animations because her art is always so incredible, and there's so much ingenuity involved. Really, really wonderful, and I appreciate Jaiden Animations. And Alpharad and Pokemon Challenges as well, because they were involved. And I also appreciate all of Jaiden's entire team, the one at, you know, Jaiden Animations. Everyone involved in the making of this video. It really means a lot. It was fun to react to this video. I hope that I brought to light some of the more obscure things that other people who react to the video didn't see, maybe. But, yeah. That's probably going to do it for me. Let me find a way out of this. Yeah, here we go. Anyway, that is going to do it. If you like this content, make sure you like and subscribe. And also make sure you visit Jaiden's page and give her a subscribe and a like. And, yeah. Always support the original content. The original creator's content. And, yeah, if you want to, you can drop me a like and subscribe. I do Pokemon content every so often. I don't actually consider myself a PokeTuber. I just consider myself a YouTuber. And, yeah, that's going to do it. If you like this content, make sure you like and subscribe and ring the bell so you know I upload. Also, if you want to support me in any way, or if you want to join the Discord server, all the information will be in the description below. And as always, thanks for watching, everyone. You are loved, and have a great day.